You're watching CKY NewsHour.
Geez, you know, we got snow flurries today, but I didn't think it was cause to bring in the military.
They're sending in the Army.
I was driving to work today, and the flurries just started pelting the windshield, and I hate the wintertime.
Oh, Clay, listen, I just have one request. Please, please, please don't blame me. I had so many people saying to me today, what are you going to do about this weather?
Don't kill the messenger.
Please don't. Let's take a look at Winnipeg right now and see what it's like. It is still pretty, pretty cold, really windy and cloudy. The wind right now is northwest at 37 kilometers per hour, and temperature is -1. And it looks like that weather advisory is still in effect for southern Manitoba, although I was talking to Environment Canada, and they say now that the worst of it is probably over, and it won't be as bad as they expected tonight with reduced visibilities. As you can see, the system responsible for our cold is moving away quite nicely, and in behind that, there is not much in the way of weather systems. So it's going to be not a bad weekend with variable cloud cover throughout most of the weekend. Monday, though, is going to be great. At the beginning of next week is going to be glorious, right on time for when we go back to work. But that's the way things are, aren't they? Let's take a look now at the satellite map and see how that shows up. There are a few bands of cloud moving in across the west, but as you can see, the worst of it is now past us. In across the west, mainly a high-pressure ridge moving in slowly, and that'll clear away some of those clouds for us. The temperatures across southern Manitoba, as I mentioned, probably reached an all-time low today for the highs of the day. Only 3 degrees right now in Brandon, Swan River 1, 2 in Dauphin, 0 in Fisher Branch, -1 in Gimli, and Winnipeg is really cold right now, too. The hot spot today, if you can call it a hot spot, was Melita at 5 degrees. So you are the winner today as far as our hot spot, and that nice southwest corner always seems to do very, very well. Our weather spotter today, by the way, is Lauren Smith of Gilbert Plains. Lauren tells us it got up to 3 degrees today, partly cloudy, very windy and gusty. He is happy, though, that the farmers got out a little bit over the week to do some harvesting because the rain held off a bit, and they were able to get out. So, Lauren, keep in touch and let us know how things are going in Gilbert Plains. In northern Manitoba now, things aren't much better. -4 in Churchill. And that severe weather warning is now eased off. That is certainly getting better, the situation in northern Manitoba. Thompson -2, Lynn Lake -3 with some flurries, -1 in Flin Flon, and 0 in the Pas. Well, let's see how the rest of the country is doing. Vancouver and Victoria are still doing nicely. They're sitting pretty at 9 and 11 degrees, respectively. 2 degrees in Edmonton. Calgary is 1. Cloudy there, as you can see. In Saskatchewan, cloudy 2. It's -4 in Saskatoon, -2 in Regina. In eastern Canada now, let's take a quick look. It's starting to clear off a little bit, but that'll be short-lived as that low, which is now just over northwestern Ontario, continues to move eastward. 14 in St. John's, cloudy. Quite a bit colder in Halifax, 4 degrees and partly sunny. 6 in Charlottetown, -1 in Fredericton. And Quebec City, cloudy, -1. Very cool there, too, as you can see. Montreal, 2. They've got sunshine at least. Ottawa, partly sunny and 0. 8 degrees in Toronto. Windsor, cloudy and 10. In Thunder Bay, cloudy 8 degrees and a chilly -2 in Kenora. Cloudy skies there. Now let's take a look at what our roving photographer found today. Playing football in the snow. These were a few diehards that he captured on video for us today. They could not be deterred from being outside and enjoying the weather. I think they enjoyed those snow flurries. A few who did. As for tonight, there is a chance we might get a few more flurries, but most of the system is now moved out of the way. A low of -3, -5 in central Manitoba, and a really chilly -10 in the north. Tomorrow morning, pretty much the same story. As for our highs tomorrow, well, they won't get all that high. About 8 degrees in southern Manitoba. Let's take a quick look at the highs tomorrow. 8 degrees in the south, variable cloudiness. 6 degrees in central Manitoba, and in the north, +1. But as I said, it's getting better for Monday. I have one little thing to say. Congratulations to all of the fundraisers and canvassers with the United Way. We got some new figures in today, Clay. In just over 2 weeks into the 1993 campaign, United Way volunteers have raised over about 37% of this year's $8.57 million goal. So that's over $3 million.
Great news.
So they still have a ways to go, but boy, they're on the right track.
Hey, keep it coming. Thanks, Sylvia. We'll check with you later. Coming up on NewsHour, we're going to tell you why all of these people are trying to get something out of this hole in the
I'm
ground.
Linda Fabian. Well, it's just about time for our snowbirds to head south, but some of them might not be able to afford it. That story next on CKY NewsHour.
You're watching CKY NewsHour with Jim Wicks, Sylvia Cusick, and Steve Vogelsang.
Well, if you like to spend your winters in a hot spot south of the border, you'd better hold on to your wallet. No, we're not talking about crime in Florida. What we are talking about is the rising cost of extended health care insurance. As NewsHour's Linda Fabian reports tonight, it looks like many of the people who head south for the winter, especially seniors, may be partly to blame.
The snowflakes are beginning to fly in Manitoba, and that means our snowbirds will soon start their annual migration to the sunny south.
Did you put some sweetener?
No, I didn't.
Leonard and Esther Remus have spent winters in California for the past 15 years, and they don't want to stop going. But health insurance costs for a 6-month stay for most snowbirds have nearly doubled this year. And Esther tells me that if rates continue to soar, they may have to cut their trips short.
Well, it's not music to my ears to hear those things, and eventually we may have to. What can we do? And especially with the interest rates going down on our savings, not good.
It's been a great help. It's kept me from getting really sick and maybe even dying.
Is there anything that would keep you from going south in the winter?
Linda, I think I'd crawl on my hands and knees to get away from the Winnipeg winters and spend the winter in California.
Well, the Canadian Association of Seniors has some advice for Leonard Remus that would keep him going south every winter.
Think twice. If you do not need to use the medical facility, don't use it. I mean, just don't go there for something small.
Jack Perry works with seniors organizations. He says some snowbirds overuse hospitals down south, and they have to stop, or rates will continue to soar. Leonard Remus says he has the solution to that problem.
If the insurers are worried about minor claims, let them put in the deductible, and that'll do away with a lot of that.
Esther Remus says seniors shouldn't be victimized by a system they can't control.
A little bit angry. They're taking it out on us when it shouldn't be that way.
Linda Fabian, CKY NewsHour.
In Money Matters tonight, it looks like you can still look forward to getting your Saturday paper. Talks are continuing tonight in an effort to avert a strike at the Winnipeg Free Press. The current contract